Elephant is part of one of the largest auto insurance companies in the world with operations in 7 countries. But we only have one hometown, Richmond. Thank you, Richmond. We're proud to be one of your fastest growing employers. More care, less cost. That's the Elephant difference.
Down the stretch, last 7 or 8 minutes, you were trailing and then came back. Looked like the guards really got you moving and got you into the paint. How did you see the comeback?
Honestly, when they were up 40-48, they were slight doubt. But at the same time, it was when you lose a little bit of confidence, coach said you just got to fight. So Jaquan hit a big shot, numb the pain a little bit. And then from that point on, we were able to get to the line and, coach called some great plays to get the ball in our best player hands and, Trey delivered down the stretch.
Hey, Jaquan, talk about the play of Mo late in the game. He had 5 offensive rebounds in the game, especially one very late after a couple of shots on one possession that led to a big bucket, which gave you guys a first lead in a while.
Oh, that was clutch. Mo's good at coming through for us when we need a rebound and when we need a bucket on the inside. So, that right there gave us a little bit more, comfort.
Melvin, can you talk about just finding Doug Brooks for that late 3 that kind of gave you guys the lead and the push?
I pat myself on the back on that one. Honestly, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I came a long way because I was a knucklehead, and with that offensive rebound, I would have tried to hit a home run and shoot it myself. But I saw we were outnumbered. I saw Deion Taylor coming, so I just did one more pass, and I had a lot of trust in Doug. So I felt as though I was actually proud of myself. At the same time, I was proud of him because that was a big shot.
Yeah.
Melvin, how's this team been different emotionally over the past month since losing Bree, and what does a game like this do for you guys to get that swagger back?
Put our backs against the wall, and we just had to, redefine our identity. Bree is a heck of a defender, probably the best in the country, and of course we needed that. But at the same time, we had to, do what we can do. So over time, we just been battling, getting healthy and battling.
Jaquan, how do you deal mentally with dealing with foul trouble all game, and you're able to come in at the end and have some clutch plays?
The past few games, I wasn't taking it very well. Then Coach Smart actually sat me down yesterday and just said, you can't control what the refs do. You just got to keep a clear mind and stay into it. And being a point guard, I got to be in a good place at all times, no matter the circumstances. So, today I was just into it. Coach said my time was coming, so he was right. So, just follow the plan.
Melvin, y'all were 16 for 19 to foul line. You had to hit several of y'all had to hit a bunch down at the end when it got to crunch time. Talk about going to the line and knocking down those shots.
That's back to November. In order to go to a different segment in practice, it was pressure free throws, and you had to complete it with a free throw. That's actually the first thing that came to mind when it was time to step up to the line. We've been practicing pressure free throws for 6-7 months now, so I was definitely comfortable. At the same time, I'm a confident shooter, so with all that coming together, I felt as though it was going to be good.
You talk about y'all have had some problems at the line. You've taken some heat with that. Can you talk about that part of it and being clutch today?
It was when you step up to the line, it's just about confidence. I think that's the only formula you could go to when you go to the line. It's either you're confident that you're going to make them or not.
Jaquan, one of the first things I thought about you after Bree got hurt, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if Jaquan has sat down in a room by himself in an overnight period over maybe the first 24 or 48 hours after that injury and said to himself, gee, this is my team now. I got to do this. Did that ever go through your mind?
No, because actually the night prior of Briante's injury, he called me to his room about 12:30. And so we sat down and talked for like 30 minutes, and he was just telling me, he's here, but he's not going to be on the court with me anymore. So he needed me to mature and grow up a little bit and be the vocal leader that I can be. And so I've taken pride in that because I look up to Briante like a big brother. So he's been there with me every step of the way and led it.
Melvin, you got Davidson now as you move ahead. Can you talk about that a little bit? And the last game, obviously, had to knock down.
I think our legs is not going to be a factor because they just humiliated us on ESPN about a week ago. So, I think this is where we mature and we say we don't care about how our bodies feel. This is one of the games where you just got to step up as a competitor, and that's a great team. So, I feel as though it's going to be a good game.
Anybody else for the players? Paul.
Hey, Melvin, if you don't mind, could you explain that pressure free throw deal again? You said you have to make pressure free throws to go to a different segment of practice. What does that mean exactly?
Throughout practice, we switch from different things we do throughout the course of practice, whether it's playing 5-on-5 or executing plays. But in order to get to the next thing, you got to make free throws, and if you don't, you run. So it's times where we ran about 20 sprints just off missing free throws, and after a while, we literally started making 14 in a row, and at that point, we became a pretty decent free throw shooting team.
Elephant is part of one of the largest auto insurance companies in the world with operations in 7 countries, but we only have one hometown, Richmond. Thank you, Richmond. We're proud to be one of your fastest growing employers. More care, less cost. That's the Elephant difference.